Walter Cronkite at CBS News headquarters in New York. At its beginning, this day looked as though it might be one of armed conflict between Soviet vessels and American warships on the sea lanes leading to Cuba.
The man who saved the world. The man who stopped nuclear war. Vasili Alexandrovich Arkhipov. If you were born before 27 October 1962, Vasili Alexandrovich saved your life. It was the most dangerous day in history. An American spy plane has been shot down over Cuba, while other U-2 has got lost and strayed into Soviet airspace. As these dramas created tension beyond breaking point. An American destroyer, the USS Beale, began to drop depth charges.
Kennedy, the President of the United States, and Nikita Khrushchev, the Premier of the Soviet Union, few have ever heard of a fearful but courageous man who dared not to follow procedure in order to save the world from nuclear war. The little-known but heroic actions of Vasili Arkhipov.
On the B-59, a Soviet submarine armed with a nuclear weapon. The captain of B-59 had no way of knowing that the depth charges were non-lethal practice round and were intended as warning shot to force B-59 to surface. The Beale was joined by other US destroyers who piled the submerged B-59 with more explosive. The exhausted captain of B-59 assumed that his submarine was doomed and that World War III has broken out. He ordered the B-59 10-kiloton nuclear torpedo to prepare for firing.
Story about the man who saved the world by making a smart but risky decision. This would have happened if he made the wrong decision. On October 1st, 1962, 4 Russian subs, which were the B-59, B-4, B-36, and the B-130, set sail from Sida Bay, Russia, in the Black Sea to Mariel Bay, Cuba. They were ordered to complete a mission, but the men on board didn't know what their mission was. Each submarine was armed with 1 nuclear torpedo, and if the torpedo were to be launched, it would start nuclear war. The nuclear torpedo is designed to track down the target and hit it, then in seconds destroying it.
Its target was the USS Randolph, the giant aircraft carriers leading the task force. If the B-59 torpedo has vaporized the Randolph, the nuclear cloud would have spread instantly from sea to land. The first target would have been Moscow, London, the air bases of East Anglia and troop concentration in Germany. More than half of UK population would have died. Meanwhile, Pentagon SIOP would have hurled 5,500 nuclear weapons against 1,000 targets. The decision not to start World War III was not taken in Kremlin or White House, but in the control room of a submarine. The launch of nuclear torpedo required the consent of all 3 senior officers abroad. Arkhipov was alone in the refusing position. It was certain that Arkhipov's reputation was key factor in control room debate. The previous year, the young officer has exposed himself to severe radiation. in order to save a submarine with an overheating reactor. The reactant dose eventually contributed to his death in 1998. So when you raise your glasses on 27 October, you can only toast his memory. Thank you, Alexandrovich.